Tarjimonlarimiz ishlashyaptimi, o'z o'rnidami? Demak, professorga so'z beramiz, marhamat qilib taqdimotlarni boshlashlari mumkin. Shahodatxon. Taqdimotimizni boshlashimiz mumkin. Dear professor, you can start the presentation. I hope the interpreters will be available to make the interpretation.
Yes, yes. Fantastic. Do you listen me? First of all, okay, fantastic. Okay, first of all, thank you so much to be here with me all together in this second session. My intention is, according to the schedule, talk about 3 key points in digitalization in higher education institutions. The first one is a summary about the status of the art about digitalization in our organizations. The second one will be how to match and modernize our competencies in this new environment, not only for students, because yesterday I go in depth in this term. Today I am going to go in depth for us as professors and for administrative people in the university. And the last one is about the ranking of webometrics, okay, in order to show to you a first picture about what means and the significance of this webometrics ranking for us as institutions, okay? As you can listen to me and see yesterday, my profile is mainly academic, not technician, but at the end I will try to solve all the questions that you consider that are interesting to reflect in this webinar, okay? That's the situation. Okay, as introduction, I am going to share with you my presentation, okay. Okay. The second one is that. Can you see my work area? Can you confirm that you see my work area? Yes? Thank you.
Connected.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Let's introduce you about the TAM. The first block is about the status of the art of digitalization in higher education institutions in the European area. In order to reflect that, just a reminder, the reminder is about the change of focus that as institutions we need to readapt. Remember this slide about the parameter of the maturity of our focus in education is from Gary Hamel. Remember that we talked about this parameter yesterday, and we need to move, okay, our focus to the top of the pyramid, okay, and how the technical part, the digitalization, can help us to do a better experience in our products and services. This is the focus of this intervention, the first block of today. Okay, let's explore the situation. In order to do that, okay, I am very pleased to share with you this document. This document will be the basis of my argumentation today with you. It's a strong document. It's a very, very powerful, and this document go in depth to the status of the art. Okay, you can see the link, okay, at the bottom of this slide. You can take that, and it's very, very recent because it's from last February. Okay, um, 3 months approximately was done. Okay, and it will serve as, is useful to us to create a first big picture where we understand and observe the as is situation. Okay, let's do that. One of the elements that is very, very interesting in this report, okay, is about this item. This item is about compare, okay, the situation in 2014 and the situation last year, okay, about the enhancement, okay, of higher education in digitalization. As you can see, you can compare, okay, about if the higher education institutions has or not strategies, okay, the situation is changing, okay, changing for a better situation from 49 to 63, okay, and the rest of indicators, okay, show us that strategies and policies, okay, start to move something in this situation. I think we as institutions understand the importance of digitally, okay, and at the end we start to share between different institutions best practices, okay, and worries that at the end we need to solve. I think is a good momentum to reflect that. This is the first one. Another one is obviously, and you sent me a lot of questions. You asked me a lot of questions yesterday about the COVID situation, okay? Is the top ones, okay, of our worries and how to match a new normal situation, okay, as fast as we can. And this is the situation about the percentage of students, 90%, okay, the people study on campus before the pandemic, 90%. In this moment, the situation changes, okay, and you can see in this second situation, okay, in this new, okay, rapport, the changes that the higher education institutions, okay, try to solve, okay, as challenges, okay. Increase it in 90% the use of virtual meetings, okay, is very, very strong, this point. And for me is very, very interesting, the third one, exploring new ways of teaching, okay, because will be part of the argumentation today, okay. You can see, okay, new plans, capacities, new tools, etc., etc., etc. But at the end, from that, okay, 90% on campus to that, okay, the willingness to the capacity to understand the situation and start to change is very, very, really interesting. Okay, more information about, in this case, from this report, DG Higher Education, is about the strategy, okay? Is about if the higher education institutions has or not, okay, strategies in digitalization for learning or teaching, okay? 63% okay, say yes, but it's a partial yes, okay? Is not a clear response. I think could be is less from 63, okay? Because can be merged a bit with the second one is a standalone strategy. I think we start, okay, in average, we start to move something, okay, about digitalization. But at the end, it is obvious we have, as public institutions, mainly a great problem is about financing and how to obtain money to start digitalization programs, okay, in a planned way. Okay, this is my point of view. Another one is more information for you, is about for regions, okay, the how we can start to play in this play field about digitalization, okay? In this case, you can see how prepare, okay, our digitalization plans about how to start in this case, and mainly the most important thing is to evaluate, okay, that the public, the generalist institutions, okay, are the most important part that has the need, okay, in this case, to start with this type of programs. Okay, more, another one. How would you describe your institution positions toward digitally? Okay, okay. About this question, okay, description, the position, okay. Remember my argumentation from yesterday, in order to identify that the most important thing when we start in digitalization is think about the student experience. There I talk about the pupil centricity, student centricity, okay? In this case, you can see, okay, the first one is about it brings benefits to the student experience, okay? This point reinforce the point of view, okay, that we work here in Barcelona about the focus in the student experience, okay? We are aligned with that. And also we are aligned with the second one. The second one is students have a position attitude towards it. Okay, we understand, we believe that is very, very important the role of the students in digitalization in our institutions, okay? Is the matching, is the tester, okay, about what to do and how to do in digital transformation in our organizations, okay? And in the third position, okay, the staff, not only academic staff, the administrative staff has a key point, a relevant point, okay, in this play field, okay? This information, okay, reinforce my recommendation from yesterday, okay? More things. As you can see, the following point is about, okay, a key point in the argumentation of today is about how to match digitalization and quality assurance. Okay, at the end, remember, we need to freeze the learned lessons when we start in projects in digitalization. And one of the most interesting tools, resources, methods that we have to freeze, in order to freeze this learner is to match this digitalization with a quality assurance system. We are going to see something as a best practice later, okay? And as you can see, is interesting this point and is not mature, okay? In this case, okay, is 41% is in this moment under discussion in the institutions in Europe, but it's necessary. How to match, okay, digitalization and internal quality assurance, this point. About this point, quality assurance, okay, we can reflect, we can compare, okay, the 2014 and the 2020 last year, okay, about how to the organizations, okay, our educational organizations in Europe are moving or not, okay, towards this new frame of quality assurance. The results, okay, is yes. We start, okay, to move to this new frame, okay, and will be very interesting to see different elements that help us from quality in order to assure, okay, the freezing of the new experiences, the new processes, the new procedures in digitalization. About, okay, enablers. We talked about the status, okay? We talked about the as is, but the enablers, okay? Asking European institutions about what are the top 3 enablers of digitally, okay? Appears the top 3 are: one, strategy, 43%, okay? The second one is preparing people, okay, professional development and training. And the top one is the participation, okay? If we cannot assure the participation in this type of projects, I listen, okay. I listen noise, I can, thank you. If we cannot assure the participation, the commitment of professors, administrative people, and mainly the students, we have no projects to deploy. This is very, very important, okay, these top 3. Remember, okay, the commitment, the training and development of the skills, and a strategy that involves, okay, all the activities that we need to move towards. Okay, the enablers is clear, and we are going to talk about the barriers. Okay, the main barrier is resources, okay, and fundings, okay, and the third one is internal, okay, is internal matter. It's about efficiency, okay, in order to correlate, in order to align the different needs of the different departments and faculties, etc. Okay, but the main point is about resources and money. And when you can see in the 4th position, and only with 2 points of difference, is the lack of staff motivation. For me, is interesting to reflect that we are in front of a great challenge. We are in front of, okay, a leadership situation, because if we have not a clear and strong leadership in order to create this changing process, we create these vectors that help us to start to change something in digital, we have no choices, okay, in order to develop a clear movement and how do you say, and mainly break the initial inertia of moving something in our institutions, okay? Is really very, very important to identify these 3, 4 barriers. Okay. Responding to the question, okay, over the past 5 years, has digitalization at your institution contributed to major transformation? Okay. People in different, as you can see here, okay, have a look to that, okay, in different points, the response is yes. Yes, mainly in learning and teaching methods, okay. We learned a lot the last year about new methods, okay, using digital, not only for, okay, academic purposes and also for administrative, because, okay, working at home of our administrative people was a key point to sustain and maintain our activity. We learn a lot of that, okay. The second one is the collaboration between different higher education institutions is really, really relevant, okay. And if I can, okay, show and remark another one for me is very relevant is the collaboration with society, okay. In this moment, the fact that digitalization helps to higher education institutions to open windows, open doors, and be well connected with the real world is mandatory. Is mandatory from the part of academic point of view, because at the end we need to prepare our students to the real life, okay, and prepare people, okay, in order to be better citizens, okay, and it is impossible to prepare this learning path for our students if we have not a clear idea about how to collaborate with the society. In this moment, digitalization, okay, connects the university to the rest, to the world, to the world scenario, not only with the proper to the near scenario, to the near city, country. We at the end we are connected with all the world. This is very, very important. Okay. Why I take this information and show to you, okay, in this webinar, this point. Has your institution used any self-assessment overmatching tools for digitalization? Why? Why I select this question, the question number 17, in order to discuss with you this point as important. It's important, the self-assessment, because nobody knows better your institution than yours. And it is very, very important, prepare something, activities, prepare some processes and action points in order to that people, internal people in your institution start to do self-assessment in order to know the status of the art of the institution, okay, obtain fresh information about the situation, and mainly this type of activities create a clear atmosphere of internal commitment. This is very, very useful, and later I will show you an example about the use of this type of elements of self-assessment, okay? Because at the end we need commitment, align people, okay, demonstrate leadership, okay, and prepare, okay, with real and good information, okay, the action plans. The example is that during at the end of the last year, I participate in a best practice with the university, a Mexican university, the University of Anáhuac, okay, in order to identify their digital ecosystem. Anahuac has three, in Mexico, has three hubs of three academic institutions, okay? One in the capital, in Mexico, the second one in Puebla, and the third one in the Mexican Maya Caribbean zone, okay? And one of the tools that we prepare in order to deploy the self-assessment was that. One is, for example, use this golden cycle in order to help individuals in order to match which, how they use information, the type of information technology that they use, usually, the why, okay, the motivation, why they need the tools, why they need the information, how they obtain, okay, obtain the data, the information, and what is concrete activities that they develop in the daily life in her environment using data and technology. Is a good tool in order to help people, individuals, to reflect the daily life in order to identify the best ones, okay, in digital, in the proper area of each one, okay? This is the golden cycle. The second one is to prepare activities in group, okay, in teams, in order to share the previous information, okay, they collect with the golden cycle and discuss in group, preparing, okay, the ecosystem. The ecosystem is guided by a technician, okay, as a facilitator, and the technician, okay, prepare the map, okay, discussing with the team about the owners of the platforms, the partners that we can, that they can, in this case, participate with them. The producers is how the different departments create information with the platforms and with the different partners. And the last one, the last idea is peer consumers. Consumers can be students, can be families, parents, the city, etc., etc., etc. With this point, okay, the idea is to identify in this ecosystem, okay, the relationships, internals and externals, that actually, okay, people, the institution, do, okay, in daily. After that, okay, a step forward to the future. This template, okay, you can obtain this template because Catherton has the information, okay, and it's available to you. It's about to prepare, okay, a first picture of the the near to be in digitalization, okay. We can see in this template, okay, the central point is our department, our faculty, our institution, okay. At the top, we have the pressures, the barriers. In the bottom, where we need to go. And we have in the left, assets and capabilities. Mainly assets is about what we need about resources, what we need about training, possibilities to develop and practice skills, etc., etc., etc. And the rest, the wave, okay, is the gains, okay, how to access to these gains, and at the final part is the value that we obtain with this first killer project. It's an interesting workshop, it's an interesting tool, because at the end, the technicians, the technical people identify, okay, the key points in order to prepare different projects in digitalization. Okay, that's all, this part. And obviously you can play with collaborative platforms. Like I told you about Miro. You can see, if you want, after this webinar, the templates in Miro, where the different three sites of Anahuac use and share this information. Okay, and really was very, very interesting, this type of exercise of digital ecosystem, mainly to understand with this self-assessment the as-is situation and align the institutions, okay, to create the first pack of possible projects in digitalization, was the intention of this work. Okay. But at the end, one of the things that can see from the European report, okay, is that at the end, developing digital skills, okay, is important to develop digitalization in our institutions. It's about people, okay? The key point is prepare people, okay, training people and creating an atmosphere that at the end, all the people that will participate is very, very committed with that. In order to reflect that, okay, about digitalization in the report, we are going to talk for a few minutes about digital skills. Okay, remember yesterday we talked about this item, but I am going to reinforce my point of view with this information. Answering the Q23, does your educational offer comprise digital skills? Okay, have a look to that. Okay, about general digital literacy. Okay, is this point, okay, appears in all or most study programs. Okay, it's really interesting, this point. We are, okay, in a good position point to start this type of projects. Okay, and specific to the discipline study file, okay, we are in this moment is voluntary mainly. Okay, and ethics and behavior in digital environments, about the digital ethics, okay, is very interesting. We are, okay, in a point that at the end is not well compressed, no, is comprehended and is not well developed. But it's very, very important, okay, in order to prepare citizens for our countries, good citizens, understand the connections and the reflections about ethics and digital is very, very important. And one of the things that you explained, talk about, and asked yesterday is about safety, okay? And the last one, okay, we can see that we need, we have road to work, okay? It's important, this point. We have a lot of work on that. Okay. We have another great point of resources in the organization for the cooperation and development in Europe, okay, the OECD, and you can see, okay, the barriers in order to identify the teacher needs high professional skills. Okay, this information, I take that from the TALIS 2030, and the interesting point is have regard the red point, the red dot is the average, okay, because this slide compares the Slovak Republic with the average, okay, because it comes from the Slovak Republic, this report, but the categories, okay, we can see the key points of the average is mainly, okay, prepare professors in, okay, information technologies and communication skills, okay. This is very, very important. And how to match, how to prepare, okay, the infrastructure in the faculties in order that the professors has, okay, the needed infrastructure, okay, and the preparation to do that. This is the main point. As barriers, okay, obviously teaching students with special needs is really, really interesting, but in order to talk about in generic about the really the general needs, okay, the second and third are really relevant. And the following ones are interesting. The student behavior, okay, teaching in a multicultural, okay, are really, really interesting to think about what we need as professors, okay. Well, how we support, okay, to the teachers, okay, have a look to do it. Does your institution support teaching staff or not? Okay. The response, okay, is yes, mainly in soft green, okay, is agree. And the 5 points are, okay, the support in technical issues, in training, okay, in prepare repositories, and also, okay, prepare in online and exchange, okay, collaborations between teachers. I think is a good point of a start. Could be is optimistic, but at the end, I think it's a clear picture that we have, okay, the supportive to develop the knowledge and skills of our professors in our institutions. I think it's a good starting point. Okay, this point is one of the key points about the status of the art. And we have a third source of information with this white paper. You have also in ResearchGate this publication. This is the link in order to show to you, okay, guidelines to move, okay, forward in digitalization. Okay, this is the index of this report, and I'm going to introduce 3 issues about the skills, reinforce the point of skills, reinforce the point of recognition, and the point of, I told before, okay, the quality assurance. About recommendations about skills, okay. It's important when we prepare our action plans, okay, prepare, okay, elements that teachers can use and work, okay, can use and work the new digital environment that we bring to them. Point number 1, important, this point. Second recommendation, okay, is about recognition. Recognition is really aligned with learning agility. I explained yesterday few points about learning agility because they play, the professors, we play in new situations, okay? The pandemic, okay, enforced us to play in new situations, and is interesting, okay, create a procedures or create elements that in her curriculum vitae, okay, show the importance to that they are prepared, okay, for the digital age. The recognition is importance, is very, very important. It's so important that appears in our society a new trend. The new trend is a new ISO, a new norm from the International Standard Organization, is the ISO 17024, okay, about how to create certifications, okay, in not regulated areas. And it's really interesting, and I invite you.
Recognition of learning.
Okay, this point is interesting to explore, because we are going to see in the next years how to align the regulated education with the not regulated education with this type of norms. It's really interesting. I can see echo. Okay.
Вот я хочу вот это понять.
Okay. Can you mute, please?
Не другого, но тоже очень много говорит.
Okay. Okay. And recommendations about quality assurance. I can listen. I listen a lot of noise. Could be something is unmuted. Okay. 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 In order to recommend something interesting in quality assurance, okay, you know, we have in Europe the European Foundation for Management Development, okay, the EFMDI, and this institution is the top ones that assure, okay, academic the quality assurance of academic curricula, for example. And EFMDI, okay, has this report, Digital Age Learning, that is highly recommended as a source of information about how to prepare the curriculums. And in page 9, in page 9 of the report, you can see this diagram about, okay, how to prepare, okay, how to prepare institutions in this new playfield, okay, mainly, okay, thinking about the curricula, the programs, okay? It's interesting, and I very, very pleased to share with you. Okay, finally, about quality assurance, the standardization. We need to start to think about how to freeze the best practices that we learn, okay? Yesterday, I talked about the need to create killer projects, create projects that at the end show to the rest of the organizations that we start with success in order to move the organization in the digital transformation, okay? This mainly is the methodology of lean user experience, mainly, and in this report, in page number 30, you have a clear example of how to prepare the project. It's lean 100%, okay? You can see, okay, this strategy to prepare, okay, the projects in order to reinforce the quality assurance. And finally, from this first part, okay, is this final recap, okay? Remember, we have different enablers, okay, about digitalization. We have barriers, okay, and remember that we can prepare projects, okay, between this using and taking into account, okay, this frame of measures that can be useful to you, okay? The most important thing, on my understanding, is to share experiences, okay, create network between our institutions, okay, and do not fear to play and learn, okay, is that. Conclusions, you have more information from the OECD, for example, and that's all, okay, this part is done. Thank you so much. And if you want, we can, okay, talk about this first point. Thank you.
Katta rahmat. Judayam to'liq taqdimot uchun, ayniqsa kecha ko'tarilgan savollarga ham javoblar berib o'tdilar. Ishtirokchilarimizda savol bo'ladigan bo'lsa, adashmasam, bir ikkita savollarni qabul qilishimiz mumkin. Hozir bizga professor demak, mana shu raqamlashtirishdagi asosiy muammolar, nimalarga e'tibor berish kerakligi va Yevropa oliy ta'lim tizimida nima ishlar amalga oshirilayotganligi haqida to'xtalib o'tdilar. Ishtirokchilarimiz bemalol mikrofonlarini yoqib savol berishlari mumkin. Marhamat.
Ассаламу алейкум.
Assalomu alaykum.
Еще я на русском.
Можете представиться, пожалуйста, потом.
Здравствуйте, уважаемые профессоры и преподаватели. Я Сатпаев Саламат Нетбаевич из Нукусского филиала Узбекского государственного университета физической культуры и спорта. Спасибо, Пере Джерес, за доклад. Очень приятно было вас слушать. У меня вопрос насчет цифровой образовательных учреждений. Мы вообще-то проводим занятия в спортивном зале. Ну, большинство у нас в спортзале проводим. Наши научные исследователи и соискатели проводят именно эксперименты в практическом виде. Ну, большинство, я имею в виду. Исходя из вашего доклада, это не повлияет в качество образования именно нашей спортивной деятельности. Вот если есть как-то и какие технические методы порекомендовали для спортивных вузов? Спасибо за ответ. Ну, спасибо. Вопрос.
Okay. Thank you so much. And I'm really pleased to share my point of view. I have not a golden recipe to solve this situation, my friend. But my point of view is when we have this type of negative situations, okay, is not we cannot solve these negative situations using technology. With the technology, sorry. We can solve these negative situations about interactions, okay, reinforcing the role of the professor as facilitator and as coach, okay, and our idea is to prepare, okay, in skills in order to facilitate the interaction in virtual and prepare, okay, the technical skills of the professor in order to identify the best and worst of our professors to become better professionals in digital. For me, is the formula. I have not another one. Okay. The reason is that at the end, from the Institute for Professional Development at the University of Barcelona, we are working hard preparing people not only from the technical part, but also mainly in facilitating skills in virtual. Okay. I don't know if is enough the response to you, my friend. It's okay. Is that? Thank you.
Спасибо. За ответ. Спасибо.
Спасибо. Thank you.
Rahmat. Marhamat, yana agar qo'shimcha savollar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, ishtirokchilarimizga eshitishga tayyormiz.
For me, it's highly recommended to review the 3 documents that I bring you with these links. Are very, very interesting. Okay. At the end, I pick some information to create a dialogue with you. Thank you.
Marhamat, savollar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, ishtirokchilarimizdan kutib qolamiz. Savollarni bemalol chat orqali ham berishinglar mumkin yoki mikrofoninglarni yoqib savol berishinglar mumkin. Xo'sh. Manda bo'lmasa savol bor professorimizga. Shuni aytadigan bo'lsam, demak bir nechta savolnomalar va asosiy talablarni ko'rsatib o'tdilar boya taqdimotlarida. Ya'ni shu taraqqiyotga, ya'ni raqamli taraqqiyotga ta'sir etuvchi eng asosiylardan demak biz xulosa qilishimiz mumkin ekan, insoniy faktor, ya'ni ularni motivatsiyasi, ya'ni texnik jihozlar to'liq bo'lganda va boshqa bo'lganda faqatgina inson motivatsiyasi va ularni xohishidan bog'liq bo'lib qolishini ko'rdik, agar adashmayotgan bo'lsam. Mana shu motivatsiyani, ya'ni raqamlashtirishga bo'lgan o'zgarishi qanday qilib jadallashtirsa bo'ladi? Ya'ni savolimni to'liq aytadigan bo'lsam, uzoq vaqt davomida masalan bizdan oldingi avlod raqamsiz, ya'ni an'anaviy shaklda universitetda faoliyat yuritgan. Mana shu o'tishni qanday qilib amalga oshirsa bo'ladi va bu jarayonda ishtirok etayotgan tajribali o'qituvchi professorlarimizda qanday qilib yaxshi motivatsiyani uyg'otsa bo'ladi va bu jarayonni silliq, samarali o'tishini ta'minlash mumkin.
Yes, I can listen to you. Mhm. Okay. If we talk about incentives, okay, I think is the key point. We can talk about economic incentives and about recognition incentives. Okay, both. The most important thing when we start in processes of change, under my point of view, is to create mainly the climate and awareness. Okay, this is important. When you create the willingness to change, okay, you need to reinforce, okay, this type of projects with incentives. Nobody, how do you say in a polite way? We as professors, okay, we have a strong church of vocational work, and we identify the needs of all students and the needs of our society in order to, okay, create changes. Under my understanding, the most important thing about incentives are the recognition of the people. The first one, recognition of the force, recognition of to assume new challenges, and the recognition of how to participate in this type of projects is really important. but the second one is economic incentives. The daily life, the work a day, okay, spend a lot of time and a lot of effort of us, and to be involved in changing process, okay, could be we have not enough time and enough possibilities to work in a transversal way with another departments to create this type of projects. At the end, we are in front of a dilemma that we need to work in a transversal way using, okay, the organic structure of leadership in the organization, the top-down organization. How to match this type of project with the organigram, the organic situations, because at the end, this is the key point. The solution is, okay, create a internal politic of incentives that at the end, okay, the people that participate in transversal projects like that, okay, will be paid, will be recognized in a clear way about the contributions, okay? Depends on, okay, at the end we need to match that, and remember, match the transversal and match the organic, we need a clear leadership, okay, because it's not easy to match these two models, okay? It's very, very important, is that. We need to change something internally to do that. Thank you.
Katta rahmat. O'ylaymanki birinchi
Thank you.
taqdimot haqida ham ma'lumot oldik. Javoblar uchun rahmat. Agar professorimiz tayyor bo'lsalar, keyingi mavzuga ham o'tishimiz mumkin va kun tartibidan chalg'magan holda davom ettiramiz degan umiddamiz. Marhamat.
Okay. Spasiba, and shukran. Thank you. Okay, the second one. The second one is about the modernization, okay, of our institutions, okay? And in the same way, as I prepare my first contribution this second day, I am going to, okay, reflect where we finished previously, okay? We finished in this point, remember? Okay. And I am going to use, okay, the Digital Education Action Plan from the European Union, okay, in order to, okay, and have a look to this verb, reset education, okay? We need a new start. We need a new start, okay, according with the status of the art that we reviewed before, okay? This is the report, okay? And the first consideration in the report, okay, and is important, is that the COVID-19 situation, of pandemic situation, okay, is the catalyzer, the booster of the changes, okay? Kudrakon talked about before about the incentives, but it's important to understand that if we need as professors, as academic institution to maintain our vocation of service, we need to do the first step. And the first step is to prepare propositive projects, okay, where we need to reinforce, okay, with digital, okay, our vocation, the first point. The second element that I'm going to share to you, okay, is that, remember I showed you yesterday this slide, this information. but for me is really, really important. I cannot dissociate the entrepreneurial mindset in this play field, okay? Think and play as an entrepreneur. When we teach in this new environment is really important. We need to reinforce, okay, in digital, okay, this type of competences, the entrepreneurial mindset. Have a look to that, okay? 25 common characteristics of successful entrepreneurs, okay? And first one, enjoy. Enjoy is not a pleasant situation, but this type of projects help us as adults to understand and to play, okay, and practice these new competences. And we need to enjoy, okay? Remember, more elements in entrepreneurial mindset, okay? You can see that, okay? Ask for the sale. In this case, ask for the sale can be compared and think about the results, okay? The number 6, think about the students, okay? Etc. etc. Yeah? The number 10, okay? Like the technology. And as you can see, okay, this part of the central block, okay, is how to deploy, how to play with projects, mainly lean projects, projects in the short term, okay, in order to create this atmosphere of positivity where we can show that the institution is moving forward, okay. In order to do that, have a look to the number 17. The 17 is we need to communicate as professors, as professionals, the benefits of the digitalization. When we sell in an accurate way the benefits of our projects, okay, people will be committed with us in future projects. The number 18. And finally, okay, you have more elements here, but for me it's interesting how to close these 25 elements with the follow-up, the self-reflection, okay, is very, very important, is how to constantly do retrospectives about, okay, what I gain, what I need to reinforce, okay, etc. It's very, very important, the self-awareness, okay? This is the reason that for me it's interesting to match the entrepreneurial mindset when we deploy digital projects. Okay, a question. Can technology be a commodity for growth, our competence-based learning focus, and boost entrepreneurial competencies? For me, technology, okay, in this second point of modernization of competences, the response to this question is yes. And in order to prepare people to do that, okay, remember, okay, we need to have, we need to provide infrastructure, okay, a sufficient infrastructure that teachers can apply and develop new ones in order to learn, okay? We as adults, we can learn digital literacy if we have the opportunity to play and practice. It's important, sorry. Okay, you have more elements here, okay? And these 3 elements, okay, are in order to identify positive aspects of digital teaching, Okay, one is the flexibility and mobility. In my case, I told you not from Barcelona. I told you, and I'm connected from Italy. I moved my home from Barcelona to Italy last October, okay, because with the pandemic situation, all my workforce, okay, all my workload moved from presence to digital, and for me it was an opportunity to go to the country of my wife. Okay, in this moment I told you that I'm connected. I told you from Lucca. Lucca is near the Pisa. You know the Pisa Tower. I told you, okay, in this new situation because I have this mobility assured and the flexibility of my workload. This is very interesting. Okay. The second element that you can see is about, okay, the how to play with different platforms. Okay. It's really interesting the quantity and the offers that we have with different platforms in order to be connected with the World Wide Web, with the world world, okay, in different situations. It's really important, okay? And the interesting point is about, okay, how we as teachers help our students to improve their digital skills, as I told you yesterday before, okay? Well, about that, okay, giving principles about, okay, making an education and training system for the digital age. I have a mistake here. Sorry. Okay. These elements are in red because for me are really, really important, okay? First of all, when we prepare the projects, think about, okay, how to respect the data, the personal data, okay, is important, okay? This point is really important. And second one, the connectivity, okay? The connectivity, because we are not alone, okay, in this play field, okay? We, as higher education institutions, are connected with our near environments and with the rest of the world, okay? And we need to identify, okay, where to invest. And it's very, very important, okay, invest project by project, but thinking about all the landscape that we need to move. Remember the proposal for the Mexican University and AWAC, okay, that they play identifying the ecosystem, okay? When we identify this ecosystem, we start to identify, okay, where we need to start to invest, okay? Not only in equipment, not only in resources, but also, okay, in education and training. More elements that are interesting in these guiding principles, okay? Okay, the purpose, okay? Remember, our institutions, okay, mainly the public institutions, we are, okay, social elevators. Social elevators means, okay, that we can, okay, offer to the society the possibility to become better, okay, citizens. Point number one. With digital, we can expand this mission. It's really important, okay? Digital competences, okay, are key, as you can see before in the last report, in the previous report from higher education I showed before, okay? And we need leaders in this type of projects, okay? Education leaders, okay, are key. We need to demonstrate the positivity of change with killer projects led by people that really, okay, pull, okay, the situations. And remember, when we prepare, okay, our syllabus in digital, okay, try to identify the basic digital skills that people, our students, need to practice. For example, we can practice communication skills in digital, prepare activities, for example, in order to do elevator pitch, okay, using the camera or in online. We need to prepare collaborative elements in our syllabus in order to people work in collaboration in remote. We can, okay, show to them, to our students, how to deploy projects, in this case with Miro, etc. We have a lot of examples that at the end the professor prepare the learning path in digital in order to help students to deploy the basic digital skills. Next steps. Next steps when we talk about modernization of the competencies, okay? Have a look to that, okay? Because we need to be leaders in this transformation. The argumentation about this point of how to lead this type of projects and reinforce our competencies in digital, okay, is very aligned with excellence model. Previously, I showed to you the European Foundation for Management Development, okay, EFMD, and now I show to you, okay, the alignment with the European Foundation for Quality Management, okay. I had the opportunity to work as a facilitator in EFQM, okay, an evaluator of this model, in these elements in order to prepare really excellence project models in change, okay? And one of the points of the excellence model is harnessing creativity and innovation. When the European Foundation for Quality Management model, okay, talk about harnessing creativity and innovation, okay, show us in key points to prepare, okay, this type of projects of modernization. The first one is when we talk about digital transformation is to assume that a digital transformation project is an innovation project. Could be, will be incremental, could be, will be disruptive, I don't know. But please start mainly with incremental, okay, projects, because we need to start to break the initial inertias and we need to experiment. First one. Second one, the commitment, okay? We need, in this type of digital transformation projects, the commitment of all the people, remember. And obviously, communicate, okay, the sense, the purpose of the project and the essence of the project. Okay, give confidence to the people, okay? It's important. And prepare, okay, a high performance teams. 4, okay, hire the right attitude, okay? The staff show the path by the example, okay, is important. Okay? The next one, learn to let go, okay? We need to empower, okay, people to take the ownership of the process, okay? They need to have the opportunity to be wrong and remember, play and learn and explore new situations, okay? Take the long view, okay? Not only think about the immediate execution that we need, okay, obviously, but, okay, as you can read here, digital transformation is not a project with a clear start and end, okay? It's a constant process, okay? Okay, be careful with that. And have clear objectives, okay? This is a nice recommendation to you, okay? What you are doing, why you are doing, who is the responsible for that, okay? And how to measure success, okay? It's important. Finally, if we are in an innovative projects, okay, remember the 8 points that is important to remember when we play in this type of project that are uncertain about the final resource. First, leadership, okay? Leadership is key. The innovation starts at the top. Second, let people to participate, okay, in a transversal way. Second. Third, collaborate, not only with internal people, collaborate with the students, collaborate with the society when we prepare, okay, these type of projects. Four, okay, piano, step by step, okay, project by project. We learn a lot. And this point is very, very related, as you can see in my argumentation, with the how to refine our digital competences. Fifth, as Kudra Khan said before, the reward, the incentives, okay, is important. We need to identify key points, okay, in order to realize the trust, okay, reinforce the trust internally and externally. Six, create your path. Each institution is unique, okay? Not only copy the best of the others, okay? If you want to copy something, copy, okay? Try to not reproduce, okay, the failures of the others. We can learn a lot from the failures, not only from the success of the others. Okay, remember, create your own culture of transformation. Seventh, finally, okay, we are in constant prototyping. We need to fail early, fail easy, fail fast, and fail inexpensively, because we need second choices, third choices. We need to readapt our messages, our projects in order to learn, okay? This is the focus. The focus at the end is the only possibility that we have in order to improve and modernize our competences is practice, practice, and practice. Okay, and this is the situation. Okay, as Steve Jobs said, innovation, okay, is the ability to see change as an opportunity, not a threat. We have a great opportunity to transform, okay, to reset, remember, the situation with digital. Okay, this is the second part that I am going to share with you in these moments. Thank you so much. Thank you. Shukran. Spasiba. Thank you.
Katta rahmat, judayam mazmunli taqdimot uchun. Agar vaqtga murojaat qiladigan bo'lsak, bizda 10 daqiqa vaqtimiz bor ekan. Demak, bitta ikkita savollarni qabul qilishimiz mumkin. Marhamat, savollar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, mikrofoninglarni yoqib murojaat qilishinglar mumkin.
Thank you.
Bizda mana bu chatdan iltimos kelibdi professorimizga, ya'ni Erasmus Plus loyihalarida ishlash imkoniyati, ya'ni ular bilan birgalikda hamkorlik taklif qilganlar deb o'ylayman. Bu demak taklif, uni alohida ko'rib chiqishadi. Agar savollar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, marhamat, chatdan yozishingiz mumkin yoki mikrofoningizni faollashtirib savol berishingiz mumkin bo'ladi. Demak, savollar shakllanguncha men o'zimdagi shakllangan savoldan beraman. Hozir professorimiz innovatsion yondashuv, ya'ni loyihalarni amalga oshirish haqida to'xtalib o'tdilar. Shunday savol shakllandiki, bu innovatsion yondashuvda raqamlashtirishni o'rni qanday? Raqamlashtirish nima beradi? Ya'ni agar imkon bo'lsa solishtirib, ya'ni oldingi holatda qanday edi, hozir raqamlashtirish qo'llanilganda nima o'zgarishlar bo'ldi va nima afzalliklari bo'ldi, nima kamchiliklari bo'ldi, shu haqida to'xtalib o'tishlari juda ham qiziq bo'lardi. Katta rahmat.
Okay, in a brief response, okay, I think under my personal point of view, interacting with the professors of the University of Barcelona, okay, the first point in digitalization is as a key point to solve, okay, in order to move these type of projects, is to show them the great opportunity that digitalization bring us to be connected with the rest of the world. Okay, the play field is expanded. First one. The second one message is about how to reinforce attitudinal skill that all the professors we have. Is about the willingness to learn and the curiosity. And in digital, okay, we are hyper connected with the rest of the world, and we have access to a lot of information and knowledge. An example, today we are sharing, okay, a lot of things, okay, that is very, very difficult, okay, to do in another environment. Okay, openness, connectivity, willingness, curiosity is really important. These points are key. Okay, how to do that? Preparing a specific path, a learning path, where people at the end are committed with that. If you, as a staff of your organization, bring them this possibility, you engage people, okay, to do this type of projects. Okay, thank you. This is my recipe. It's not the golden card. It's my recipe to that.
Katta rahmat. Ishtirokchilarimizda savollar bo'lsa, marhamat, mikrofoninglarni yoqib savol berishinglar mumkin. Xo'sh, demak, biz professorga katta rahmat deymiz. Ya'ni hozir ertalabdan beri bizda ikkita taqdimotni ko'rib chiqdik. Bu birinchisi Yevropa oliy ta'lim tizimida raqamlashtirish va keyingisi Yevropa Ittifoqida o'rganish, ta'lim berish standartlari va raqamlashtirish haqida ma'lumot bo'ldi. Hozircha ishtirokchilarimizga tushunarli deb o'ylayman. Ularda hech qanday savollar shakllangani yo'q. Demak, biz qisqa muddatli tanaffusga chiqamiz, ya'ni yarim soatdan so'ng yana xuddi shu joyda, xuddi shu linkda davom ettiramiz. Barchaga yaxshi tanaffus tilaymiz. Professorga katta rahmat.
Thank you so much. What time will you start? $13 okay.
Yarim
30.
Aha,
30.
soat
Thank you.
soat
Okay.
12da.
Thank you so much.
Yo'q, 11:30da davom ettiramiz, ya'ni yarim soat tanaffusdan so'ng
Okay.
davom ettiramiz.
Thank you so much.
Rahmat.
Assalomu alaykum. Yana bir bor hurmatli tadbirimiz ishtirokchilari. O'ylaymanki, barcha ishtirokchilarimiz tez orada tanaffusdan qaytib tadbirga bog'lanishadi. Tarjimonlarimiz ham biz bilan birga deb o'ylayman. Tarjimonlarimiz hali bog'lanishmoqda. Yana 2 daqiqadan so'ng boshlaymiz. Hurmatli ishtirokchilar, bizni tarjimonlarimiz mikrofonlarini yoqishmoqda hali.
Eshitilyaptimi? Assalomu alaykum. Eshitilyaptimi?
Ana endi eshitildi.
Katta rahmat.
Rahmat. Demak, seminarimizni davom ettiramiz. Mana professorga
Kechirasiz, bitta iltimosim bor edi, Qudraxon aka. Menchi o'zimni ingliz rus interpreter deb ko'rmayapman, ya'ni tillarni переключать qila olmayapman. Hozir oddiy ishtirokchi sifatida menimcha ro'yxatga o'tgandayman-da. Ya'ni menda tarjima tillari aks ettirilmayapti. Xo'p, rahmat. Mana yo'q, hali ham tillar chiqmadi, bilasizmi? Sarganizator degan narsa chiqdi-yu, naqasi chiqmadi. Языки перевода. Ingliz, rus naqa o'tkazadi degan naqasi chiqmadi paneli.
Oldinroq bormidi?
Ha, oldin mana shu panel chiqardi-da, men soответственно ingliz rus kanallar o'rtasida o'tardim.
Hozir ham bo'lishi kerak. Men sizga organizator sifatida berdim imkoniyat.
Manda mana перевод degan narsa chiqyapti, angliskiy, ruskiy, no naqasi bo'lmayapti-da. Язык переводasi chiqmayapti menda. Allo.
Aha.
Manda mana angliskiy язык turibdi, ruskiy turibdi, a tak boshqasi yo'q.
Hozir bir daqiqa.
Назначить переводчикami mana shunaqa funksiya bilan naqa qilib bergandingiz menimcha, Musaffar.
Tushunarli. Endi-chi?
Kattaroq.
Yaxshi, demak, texnik nosozlik uchun ishtirokchilardan uzr so'raymiz. Demak, navbatdagi taqdimotimiz Webmetrics haqida bo'ladi. Ya'ni bu mavzu aksariyat ishtirokchilarimiz uchun juda ham qiziqarli bo'ladi deb o'ylayman. Marhamat, professor, so'z sizga. Taqdimotni boshlashingiz mumkin va taqdimot oxirida savol-javoblarda ishtirok etishga barchani taklif qilib qolamiz.
Hi again. Yes, I'm going to start. Please let me know if you can see my screen. Is okay?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the third part. We are going to talk about we are going to talk about metrics in higher education institutions. And my point of view is not technician people about metrics. Is about the use of metrics and some recipes in order to implement that. But I think really it's a passionate theme and interesting theme to all of us. Okay, about metrics, the project, okay. The project started in Spain, okay, in the Spanish National Research Council is the Consejo Superior de Investigaciones Científicas, is the main research body in Spain. And the idea of the Webometrics project was to try to reinforce the web presence of our institutions in the web, okay? The presence of our institutions on the web is really important in order to move towards this worldwide digitalization. And the idea is not only share scholar contents and also try to identify how to improve our visibility and the impact of our contributions, okay, worldwide. The idea is to engage universities to be with a empowered presence on the web, the first one. The second one is about the term. The term Webometrics, okay, was created in 1997, and the idea is to to merge, okay, the concept of bibliometrics applied to the web, okay, web metrics, okay, is that. And the idea of this project is mainly, okay, remember, understand that as a hypothesis of work of this project, okay, is that the web presence of our institutions is reliable indicator of our global performance and prestige. And could be, it's an indirect way to measure this key point, okay? But at the end, the idea is empower institutions to be with more presence on the web, okay? And is, as we can see before in the previous points that I showed this morning, okay, is a long-term path, okay? Step by step, try to improve our presence in the web. Okay, the intention mainly is motivate, okay? Motivate not only institutions, we try to motivate students to have a web presence that show to the rest of the world our activities, okay? At the end, under the technical point of view, okay, sure, we need to reconsider, okay, not only our web policy in order to promote, okay, this volume of traffic on the web and show our considerations, not only the policy, but also the technical part of how to create and prepare, okay, our webs, okay? This will be the second part of my contribution in this last part of my webinar with you, okay? How to prepare and arrange our webs in order to perform our presence, okay, in the web. Okay, a short explaining about what means webometrics as a project, okay? First of all, webometrics at the end shows a composite indicator with different characteristics that we are going to see later, okay? That the intention is to show, okay, the visibility and impact of our publications on the web, okay? The publication of the webometrics started in 2004, okay? And it is published twice a year, mainly January and July. And the idea is show and publish the results at the end of January and the end of July, okay? In this moment, okay, the database of webometrics has more than 24,000 institutions, okay? And the idea is show the results of this ranking, okay, with different areas in the worldwide, okay? Obviously, okay, the information is skewed, okay, because at the end, all the publications, okay, must be maintained in English, okay? In this case, American institutions, okay, always are in the top 20 to 200 top ones, okay, and is in detriment of the medium and small institutions, okay, like German, French, Japanese, etc., that are not appear commonly in this type of webometrics. At the end, the English language is key in order to have a good performance in this webometric ranking. At the end, is the English in this moment is the common past language around the world. Okay, in the ancient centuries was Latin. In the beginning of the 20th century, the 20th century was in physics was the German, and in this moment, okay, the English language is the common language around the world. Okay, that at the end, one of the elements that I identify as important when we talk about small universities is that commonly small universities don't publish all the contents in their websites, publish in another magazines, in other publications, okay? And this situation, okay, to publish not in their websites, okay, penalize is a penalty, okay, in this ranking for them, okay? And last one is a small anomaly, but we identify that many organizations try to beat the algorithm in falsifying the underlying data, but at the end is not representative. Okay, this is the building in Spain. Okay. The collection of data from the internet for webometrics, okay, is the second part, okay. I am not technician, okay, but the searchers, etc., at the end try to identify, okay, 4 different sources of information, okay, and analyze these situations. The first one is the contents of the websites, okay. The second one is the web technologies. The third one is the application of the web contents. And this is really, really interesting, okay, is the identify and study the analysis of the structure of the web links. This is very interesting, how to match, how to connect the different links, different websites with links, okay, this is capital. And we have in webometrics 2 types of main sources of information. One is use commercial web search engines like Google's, etc., and the personal web crawlers in order to hook, to attach the most interesting information that we have on the internet. Criteria that webometrics follow. 4 criteria, okay? How to identify the impact of our publications on the web, the presence of the web, the openness, okay, of our webs on the web, and the excellence of our contributions. This is the weight of each one of these criteria. The impact is the half of the formula, 50% of the weight, presence 20%, openness 15%, and excellence, the last one, 15%. About, okay, these criteria, okay? For example, the presence on the web. For example, the number of web pages we have. This is important for the institutions, the academics, to have identified, okay, well identified our web pages in order to, okay, play with this average, okay. Mainly the use is Google, okay, and counts 20%. The impact 50%, okay, number of backlinks and domains that we have on the web, okay, and the search engines, okay, help us to identify, okay, this type of domains. Interesting, when we play in impact, okay, have an accurate map of our webs, okay, in order to take into account all our, okay, points on the web. This is important. About, okay, the openness, okay, number of papers. The source mainly is Google Scholars, okay, and we count in this webometrics count in this indicator, okay, number of papers in PDF, PPTs, etc., etc. And in excellence, okay, is the citations. In this case, with Simago, okay, we can identify the top cited, okay, elements, okay, and it's interesting that these elements. Openness and excellence, okay, started in 2030 and 2007, okay, but at the end is a bit the situation that we have about these indicators as a first introduction. About impact, okay, about impact as criteria, okay. The idea is mainly help in this criteria to recognize the prestige of the institution and the performance of the institution. But remember, in English, okay, and try to identify all the points that we have on the web in order to have a clear idea about how to perform this indicator. The presence, okay? The second one, okay? The idea mainly is have a good indexation, okay, in Google, okay? At the end, the format of the pages in order to perform this indicator is really interesting. Later, I'm going to show to you tricky elements that from the technical part can help us to identify a transformational project to perform our webs, okay, in order to have a clear pointings about that. Openness, okay, the citations, okay, Google Scholars, okay, this one. Okay? And the idea mainly is Webometrics, okay, study the recent publications, okay. I can remember is about the three last years, okay, counts, okay, in this indicator. And excellence, okay, is about how many academic papers are published in high impact international journals, okay? This is really important, okay? Okay, have a look to that. This element, okay, is about the Webometrics results indicator, okay? And you have the different criteria like size, visibility, luminosity, subdomains, etc., etc., etc. But I remark, okay, in these 4 balloons, okay? Number of pages, name it with the S, number of rich files, okay, with the R, the number of papers, the SC, and number of external links, the B, okay, and the sources, okay. Remember these 4 bullets, okay, papers, files, rich files, sorry, papers, and external links, and the sources, okay. Okay, have a look to that. This is the formula. Is a first approximative formula is a single formula is the ranking and the algorithm, okay, and obviously each one of the rest of the ranks has a specific, okay, algorithm to calculate that. But in order to show to you what means the web ranking with this algorithm, for me it's enough to introduce and show to you, okay, is the number of pages is evaluated as 2 plus multiplied with this rank or number of pages, okay? 1 for rich files, 1 for number of paper, and have to look to that. The last one, 4 times multiplied by 4 the number of external links. What means? Means that is very, very important in order to show the web presence, the technical part, how to make visible, okay, our map of the webs, okay, in order to how to perform our connections with the rest of the World Wide Web, okay, is multiplied by 4. This is an example of about how to Webometrics show, okay, the rankings, okay, in this case is a case of Spain. Barcelona, the University of Barcelona is in this ranking as the top 1, okay, and in the world rank we are the 116. We are in the 200 top 1s in this moment. Was not easy to us to arrive to this visibility, okay, but at the end the effort was to prepare, okay, few actions that address in order to perform first of all our visibility and step by step, okay, slowly, but step by step show to how to improve our indicators in order to move, okay, our ranking to the top, okay? This is the work that I am going to show to you with few recipes, okay, that are very interesting to know. More things about that, strategies, okay, in order to create a sustainable performance, okay, in order to maintain this way to work with webometrics. Okay, first one, okay, recommendations, okay. Uniform resource locator naming. What means? We need to choose a unique domain name and avoid confusions. With this unique name, we assure that at the end, we can show a unique point of entry, okay, with this label in order to start with this new mapping. Second, the creation of contents, okay? Please try to identify how to publish in our webs, okay? Not only in external webs, we need to publish and connect our publications to the rest of the world using our webs. It's important. Third, okay, conversion of contents. We have a lot of documentation that are not in non-electronic formats, and we need to move this documentation to electronic formats. Okay, is a task to do in order to improve, okay, our positioning webometrics. Interlinking, okay, provide the ability to hyperconnect the information and contents of the websites. Is to link to link to link to link, but at the end, the different links that the users in the World Wide Web use to identify the information, okay, finally arrive to our web spaces. Language, English. Okay, I explained before, okay, English in this case is mandatory, okay, not only for the main pages, okay, we need to prepare in English our webs, also in selected sessions, and mainly remember scientific documents that are, okay, that have the possibility to be published, okay, in external and prestigious websites. Media files, okay, interesting from the technical point of view. We need to prepare, okay, our websites, okay, using, okay, hypertext, okay, it's important, okay. At the end, we can use also rich files, types, PDFs, and Word, okay, that help us to improve the rich and media files. Interactive search engines, okay, is advice to the web designers, okay. We need to, okay, avoid, okay, menus based on Flash, Java or JavaScript, because at the end, the boots and robots access, okay, are blocked by this type of structures, okay, and languages. Popularity and statistics, okay, important to increase the number of visits, and the idea is, okay, identify and navigate in order to create a memorable experience of navigating in the web and in our different websites, okay, because at the end is key in order to improve and perform our connectivity and presence on the web. Okay, archiving, okay, the idea is regularly, okay, is mandatory, actualize the relevant information, because the idea is to show in our webs, okay, the 2, 3, 4, maximum 5 years in a clear way in order to maintain the relevance of our informations. Okay, and another one about technically how to sustain, okay, the standards when we program the webs. Okay, mainly we need to use good standards to create and descriptive and do the description of our work with meta tags. Okay, and this is interesting. For example, talk about the standard as the Dublin Code. Okay, it's interesting. Open access. Okay, Mr. Aguiló, okay, wrote in the 2008 extra information about initiatives of open access. Mr. Dr. Aguiló is the creator of Webometrics, okay? Is in Madrid, okay? And he said in 2008, okay, the idea is that is crucial, okay, in ranking, okay, the scientific publications. This is open access initiative to that. Okay. About the Dublin Core, okay, I explained before the importance of the standards, okay. You have here, okay, regarding the Dublin Core, for example, meta tags that are interesting that we need to identify, okay, in our webs, okay. Title, creator, subject, description, the publisher, the contributor, date, etc., 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 okay, are important meta tags in order to, okay, classify, identify all our contributions and our webs, okay. At the end, this is mandatory, okay, under brackets, okay, this information, okay, these elements in order to perform our webs and information. It's about meta tags. Okay, extended. If you want to learn more about that, you have a work about the Dr. Kamala, okay, it's a lady that in the University of Nevada prepared this element, okay, strategies for Webometrics ranking, okay, and show, okay, the different elements that we need to take into account, okay, the technicians need to take into account to perform, okay, our webs in order to create a nice experience with Webometrics. It's not easy, it's not immediate, it's a step by step, and the most important thing from the beginning is to prepare the webs. I'm going to go backward, okay, with, for example, the naming and the meta tags, okay, the structure of the webs, okay, are important in the first activities in order to perform in Webometrics, okay? Have a look to that. Okay. And how to prepare, okay, projects, okay, in order to perform in Webometrics. I'm going to show to you 6 recommendations that we follow in our projects. Is about foresight, about where we need to go in digital, and I think it's interesting to share with you, okay? First, please, during the last day, yesterday and today, okay, I try to show to you the importance to explore and observe the situation. Is important, is quite important, is very, very important to observe and explore and try to understand the situation, okay? This is important. In the case of Webometrics is mainly start to step by step to positioning, okay, our institution, but please do not hesitate, okay, to ask to different institutions about their strategies to prepare that. Okay, is interesting to identify what to do and how to start with that type of project, in this case with biometrics. Second, create a sense of urgency. Okay, this element is very, very important in order to create the necessary awareness, okay, and willingness to participate, okay, in this type of project in digital. And we need to lead what to do. In this case, in the case of webometrics, okay, it's important, okay, communicate to our institution the need to be a better presence on the web. This is the first step. Not at the end, the final ranking, no, it's improve step by step, okay, this element, because at the end, okay, the 21st century is a digital century, okay? We need to readapt our structures. In this case, the webometric projects is clear what to do. Third, okay, we need to measure, what we did and the learned lessons, okay? And we need to, okay, identify the warnings, okay, from the external part and from our projects, in this case, with webometrics, about our progress or our failures. Important. Okay, prepare people, prepare the organization in ambidexterity. What means ambidexterity? Ambidexterity is think about, okay, the short term, but think about the mid and long term, okay? These two horizons we need to balance, okay? And in case of webometrics, okay, first one, the short term, is improve our structures, and in mid-term and long term, to prepare a good ranking at the end, okay? About the fifth point, control the narrative, okay? The idea is when we start in digital transformation, it's not easy. We need to fight with the normal way to do things and introduce new ones. And we need to communicate, solve, okay, situations, okay, be a clear idea about what to do in every moment, and obtain the commitment of the people. At the end, this type of project is about people, and we need to avoid frictions. Okay, important. And remember, enjoy and learn, because it's a great opportunity to learn, obviously, and to be adapted, okay, to the new situations. Thank you so much. This is the introducing to this last point, okay? And feel free to ask me, okay, now or in the future. You have here my Dutch contact in order to solve and consist the new communication with me. Thank you so much. Thank you. Спасибо. Thank you.
Katta rahmat. O'ylaymanki barcha ishtirokchilarimizga bu taqdimot ham ko'p ma'lumot yetkazib berdi va professorimiz harakat qildilar to'liqroq ma'lumot berishga. Agar savollar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, marhamat, mikrofoninglarni yoqib savol berishinglar mumkin, yoki savollarni chat orqali ham yozib berishinglar mumkin bo'ladi. Xo'sh. savollar shakllanguncha men o'zimdagi savollar bilan murojaat qilaman. Demak, bu yerda asosiy masala qanday qilib baholanishi, ya'ni oliy ta'lim muassasalarining ko'rsatkichlari haqida to'xtalib o'tdilar. Savol shundan iboratki,
Sorry, I cannot listen you. I listen a lot of noise. Sorry.
ha, savolni mana endi beraman. Demak,
Thank you.
savol shundan iboratki, mana bir nechta onlayn platformalar bor, oliy ta'lim muassasalarini reytingini olib boradigan. Mana shu platformalar bir-biri bilan nimasi bilan farq qiladi bir-biridan va ular nima jihatlari hisobga oladi va biz oliy ta'lim muassasalarimizni baholashda qaysilariga ko'proq e'tibor berishimiz kerak? Shu haqida agar ma'lumot berib o'tsalar xursand bo'lardik.
Okay, I listened the first part of the question of Kuzakon. The idea under my understanding of technical part is to create an umbrella with consistent meta tags that covers all of our websites and identifying these meta tags in order to create a cluster, okay, that at the end is well identified on the web. This is the idea, because at the end we need to create hyperconnections to this subset, okay, that identify our websites. This is the idea, the hyperconnections. This is the first part. The second part, I cannot listen well. Hello?
Demak, savol shundan iborat ediki, hozirgi kunda o'zi jahonda bir nechta platformalar bor, ya'ni oliy ta'lim muassasalarini reytingini ko'rsatuvchi va ular bir-biri bilan nimasi bilan farq qiladi? Nima uchun ular ko'p? Nima uchun bitta umumiy tashkil qilinmaganki, barcha oliy ta'lim muassasalari o'sha yerda bo'lsa va solishtirish imkoni bo'lsa? Platformalar o'zining nima farqi bor bir-biridan?
Okay. I listen a lot of noise, but at the end, the number of platforms or the difference between the top platforms. On my understanding, okay, the most important part in order to improve the scoring is to have a good mapping of our platforms, okay, in order to make connections with that. Okay, usually, normally, the different elements that in a subset of our websites we have, for example, in Barcelona, okay, we have at the University of Barcelona one great blog. We have a great blog from the Central Pavilion Rose in Barcelona, the first one, and we have till 12 to 15 different websites, okay, well connected to this central point. This is our central hub. This is the approximately 15 Kuzakon. And the work that we did was the web connection and the establishment of proper meta tags in order to show to the rest of the World Wide Web, okay, the convenience to access to all our information collected in this 15. Okay, this is I can say to you. More than that, I cannot respond to you. Thank you. I cannot listen nothing.
Savol bersa bo'lar ekan. Savol mumkinmi?
Albatta, bemalol savolingizni bering.
Avvalambor qiziqarli ma'ruzasi uchun katta rahmat aytamiz. Men Guliston davlat universitetidan axborot texnologiyalari yo'nalishida katta o'qituvchiman. Barselona universitetida shu ishlab chiqarish bilan ta'lim qanday uzviy bog'langanmi, qanaqa shunaqa tomonlarni so'ramoqchi edik. Qanaqadir ilmiy loyihalar ishlab chiqarishga yoki bo'lmasa o'sha universitetga qarashli qanaqadir ishlab chiqarish obyektlari bormi? Shu haqida ozgina ma'lumot bersin.
Okay. Thank you so much for your kind words. I'm not technician, okay, but at the end, as project leader, I can respond to you, Mr. Mandadov, what we did at University of Barcelona in order to open, okay, in this type of project with the rest of the society. One of the Barcelona, okay, usually from the past of the years becomes a great innovative hub, okay, worldwide, mainly in areas like tourism, like investigation, and as creative and innovation activities. This is the main part that when we start in the beginning with this type of project, we start to connect with different actors in the city of Barcelona, mainly with the Barcelona City Council, because in Barcelona we have 4 different areas where we, okay, introduce this type of subjects, this type of issues. Also, the health is one of the specific points that we also identify in Barcelona in order to match with different actors. At the end, we have 4 different campus, 4 different areas in Barcelona. The city council, the Barcelona City Council is committed. The government of Catalonia is committed with the exterior, foreign actions, activities in economic and industry, okay, is the Axio agency, okay, for externals. The third one is the network of higher education institutions in Catalonia. We have till 9 different, okay, institutions, academic institutions, and we are hyper-connected in these kinds. And finally, we are active actors, the University of Barcelona, in different European projects that we play in tandem with different enterprises and organizations in our country and in the rest of Europe. For example, we are very, very active with a European Union initiative named AT Health, AT Digital, AT Learn, okay, in order to create this atmosphere and this kind of contributions. This is our, in sum, the most important things around the country of Spain. Secondly, the University of Barcelona is very, very well connected with all the Mediterranean area. Usually, we are promoters, okay, of different European Union projects for the Mediterranean area, okay, mainly, for example, in sustainability, is that, okay? And this type of projects help us, okay, to promote this type of projects in digital, okay? Because at the end, this openness that promotes the connectivity, we will use in order to create, okay, a new mindset in digital for our professors, okay, and students. At the end, one of the most interesting things is that the young people that access to be professors, okay, changes, okay, the mindset of the whole organization, okay. The new blood, okay, help us to promote, okay, this kind of change of habits. Mr. Mavnolov, thank you. Thank you.
Katta rahmat. Marhamat, agar yana savollar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, kutib qolamiz. Ishtirokchilarimizdan. Demak, ishtirokchilarimiz yozishibdi. Bu yerda taqdimotni, albatta taqdimotlari veb-saytimizda taqdim etamiz. Bugun yoki ertaga veb-saytimizdan yuklab olish imkoniyatiga ega bo'lasizlar. Agar marhamat taqdimotchimizga savollar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, ayni ya'ni mana shu raqamlashtirish bo'yicha yoki shu mavzu atrofida tegishli savollar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, marhamat. Mana professor to'xtalib o'tdilar bir qancha jihatlariga, ya'ni oliy ta'lim muassasalarida Webometrics baholash tizimlarini, shartlari va ularga qo'yiladigan talablar, ko'rsatkichlari haqida. Men bo'lmasa savol shakllanguncha yana o'zimdagi savoldan beradigan bo'lsam, savol emas, bu professordan iltimos qilar edim. Mana ular universitetlari Ispaniyada demak juda yuqori ko'rsatkichga ega ekan. Bizni oliy ta'lim muassasalarimizda ham o'zimizni mahalliy reyting tizimi amalga oshiriladi va shu yerda professor nima tavsiyalar bera oladilar? Har bir oliy ta'lim muassasasi o'zini ko'rsatkichlarini tezda va samarali ko'tarish uchun nima jihatlarga ahamiyat qaratishlari kerak haqida o'z fikrlari bilan o'rtoqlashsalar juda ham xursand bo'lardik.
Yeah, okay. The first recommendation is, okay, not be fixed about the ranking. The most important thing is to think about the short term in order to start, okay, to create, okay, and motivate people to identify, okay, the status of the art, the state of the art, and prepare the situation. And start, for example, to reinforce and to improve the naming, the tagging of our webs. The first one is the structure. The second one will be, okay, the commitment of the people to identify source of information, papers, etc., and generate, okay, volume of traffic. This is the most important thing. And the most important thing that I can recommend to you is about digital transformation. Okay, digital transformation, okay, covers all the elements that we taught during these 2 days. But at the end, remember, digital transformation is not about technology. It's important, the technology, but digital transformation is about people. It's the most important message that I can, okay, share with you. The projects in digital transformation, okay, please keep in mind people, students, professors, and administrative people, okay? Shukran. Thank you so much. Spasiba.
Katta rahmat, juda ham qiziqarli javob bo'ldi. Demak, biz xulosa qiladigan bo'lsak, reytingni oshirish uchun albatta o'qituvchi professorlarimizni va ushbu oliy ta'lim muassasasida faoliyat yuritayotgan xodimlarni alohida e'tiborga olishimiz kerak ekan. Nima deb o'ylaysiz? Mana ayrim reytinglarda oliy ta'lim muassasalarini ilmiy sohalardagi ko'rsatkichlari alohida ko'proq ball to'playdi. Ayrim oliy ta'lim muassasalarida pedagogik faoliyatni ko'rsatkichi ko'proq o'rin oladi. Ayrimlarida esa bitiruvchilarning muvaffaqiyati bilan ham ko'p reytingda yuqori ball to'plagan oliy ta'lim muassasalari, universitetlar bo'ladi. Qaysi ko'rsatkich eng muhim deb o'ylaysiz mana shu oliy ta'lim muassasalarini reytingini tuzishda? Mutaxassis sifatida fikrlaringizni aytsangiz.
I don't know. I don't know which is the most important, my friend. But at the end, the most important thing, I insist, okay, is not about my point of view. In order to be honest with you, is how to move people to this new world. Okay, I don't know if it is more important one or another. For example, we have different point of views. In this case, webometrics is an indirect model that identify the performance of our institutions by the presence of the web, because at the end, the idea is to encourage the institutions to motivate to be part of this new digital world. Okay, this is the intention. Depends on the contents. We can have, for example, American and British indicators that metrics that help us to identify that. The European Foundation for Managed Development has their own metrics that are very, very addressed to the academic contents. If you, for example, think about rankings about the performance of the institutions, we have, for example, the ranking of Financial Times, for example. I don't know. Depends on, at the end, depends on the intention to participate in this type of ranking. Okay, you will obtain different solutions with different proposals. In this case, webometrics, okay, is about motivate institutions to become part, okay, to be part of this new world of internet, okay, using the motivation to be part, okay, and appear in the internet. Is the response I can bring to you, my friend.
Rahmat. Agar ishtirokchilarda savollar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, marhamat. Biz savollarni qabul qilishga hali vaqtimiz bor. Bu vaqtdan unumli foydalanib qolaylik.
Assalomu alaykum.
Assalomu alaykum.
Men Toshkent kimyo texnologiyalari institutida yangi yil filialidanman, axborot texnologiyalari fan o'qituvchisi.
Ism familiya Botir.
Abdullayev Botir. Abdullayev Botir Baxtiyorovich.
Marhamat.
Savolim shundaki, mana Ispaniyada hozir aytayaptilarki, raqamli texnologiyalar yaxshida rivojlanganligi. Xo'p, mana bu hozir chiqayotgan fan dasturlari albatta baribir har bir talaba o'qishga kirganida bo'ladi-ku fan dasturlari, o'quv reja, ish rejalar. O'shalarni tuzishda, o'shalar yaratilishda raqamli texnologiyani o'rni qanday sizlarda? O'sha Barselonada, TAM Ispaniyada. O'rni qanday, qaysi salmog'i qanaqa bo'lyapti? Bu qanday foydalanyapti bu narsani? Raqamli texnologiya bilan. Nimaga qarab tuzishyapti? Shu bo'yicha savol bermoqchi edim.
Okay. In general, okay, in the first stages of different educational path, okay, for example, I can explain to you my experience in physics and chemistry faculty. The idea is the following. during the first 2 years of career, okay, we introduce the basic skills in digital, okay, and the basic skills in competencies in digital. For example, how to prepare and how to match, okay, different laboratory projects, okay, and prepare the observations and prepare the establishment of hypotheses and preparing the scenarios using different digital instruments. For example, mobiles, for example, searching, for example, collaborative areas or scenarios like Miro. This is the basics, okay? Okay, this is obviously Word, PowerPoint, etc. Okay, this is obvious. The second part, when we start to play in the second part of the career or masters, for example, we mainly identify, okay, key points about how to share information, how to publish, how to prepare, okay, this communication of this kind of project and prepare papers. And we have these two kinds separately, okay? The first one is a soft kickoff, okay? And the second is to fly the plane, okay, with different sort of applications and mainly that. We have at the University of Barcelona two great agreements with technological companies. One is Microsoft, and the second one is SAP. Okay, and we, during the second part, mainly of this path, learning path to the students, okay, we introduce with a specific powerful tools from Microsoft and SAP, okay, in the second part of the career, in order to prepare people to the real world. Okay, this is important. For example, in order to prepare people in project management, okay, we have different tools, okay, in order to prepare, okay, people in project management, mainly in agile project management. But this is a specific path. The basic skills at the beginning, and the second one, the more strong in the second part. Okay. Спасибо. Thank you.
Rahmat sizga ham katta.
Katta rahmat. Marhamat, savollar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, bemalol savol berishingiz mumkin. Tabbek mikrofonlarni yoqdilar. Marhamat, savolingiz bo'lsa.
Assalomu alaykum, hurmatli seminar ishtirokchilari. Avvalambor professor Puli Jorisga katta rahmat aytamiz maroqli seminarlar uchun. Men Toshkent davlat agrar universitetidan qishloq xo'jaligini raqamlashtirish va axborot texnologiyalari masalalari bo'yicha prorektor bo'laman. Ismim Tabbek Nurjonov. Savolim quyidagicha, mana hozir Barselona universitetida raqamli texnologiyalar va geometrics modellari bo'yicha mana hozir ma'ruzalarni eshitdik. Birinchidan, mana oliy ta'lim tizimlarida professor o'qituvchilarning ilmiy salohiyatini oshirish bor. Ya'ni bularni 1 yil mobaynida bajarilgan ishlarni rag'batlantirish jarayonlari va aytaylik, bularni shu raqamlashtirish texnologiyalari asosida bularni ilmiy salohiyatini oshirish va universitetini shu fakultet va kafedra kesimida reytinglarini oshirish jarayonlari bor. Mana shu Barselona universitetida siz hozir aytib o'tdingizki, mana shu raqamli texnologiyalarni milliy mahsulot sifatida qanday dasturiy ta'minotlarni o'rnatgansizlar va sizlarda hozirgi kundagi bu jarayon samarasi qanday tartibda ketyapti? Shu bo'yicha bir fikringizni bilmoqchiman. Mana aytaylik, hozirgi kunda mana o'zimizni universitet misolida aytadigan bo'lsak, KPI tizimlari bor, ya'ni professor o'qituvchilarni shu 1 yilda ilmiy maqolalarni chiqarish tartiblari bor. Scopes'larda, keyin ilmiy jurnallarda, keyin xalqaro konferensiyalarda va bular asosan shu 100 balli tizimida hisoblanadi va bularda shu 1 yil mobaynida ilmiy salohiyatini oshirish jarayonida rag'batlantirish tizimlari bor. O'zimizni milliy mahsulotimiz sifatida aytaman va shu o'rinda Barselonada mana shu universitetda qanday tizimlar o'rnatilgan va bular hozirgi kunda qay talabga javob beryapti? Shu haqida bir fikringizni bilmoqchiman. Savolim shundan iborat.
Okay. On my humble point of view, okay, I can share with you, Mr. Furhabet, okay, our experience. We have at the University of Barcelona a specific area of learning for professors is the Institute for Professional Development. This is a specific unit. This Institute for Professional Development, okay, prepare every year a new learning path for our professors. In digital, what we do? In digital, we prepare people, okay, not only in the use of different systems, technologies, etc. Okay, we have specific courses about how to use PowerPoint or how to use Excel, or etc. Okay, this is a clear point. But also, we prepare people in digital skills. For example, I introduced today the link between entrepreneurship and digital. Remember, entrepreneurship and digital. For example, we have a specific path, a specific course, named Changemakers of Future. In Changemakers of Future, we have a specific 4 days path, okay, 4 days that prepare people, professors, to identify pros and cons of digital, identify my status in digital, prepare, okay, a specific action scenario of future for me and for my department, and prepare my action plan. Okay, and with this information, okay, depends on the professor or the unit, okay, can share with specific units of digital transformation, because we have this directorate of digital transformation, and is a powerful and valuable input to prepare projects, because we close, okay, the learning cycle. With this information, we have input to prepare, okay, projects. This is one point. What we do externally, we share this type of mindsets and projects with different institutions. For example, Changemakers of Future, or for example, design thinking for, another one is design thinking for educators, for example, in order to prepare people with this type of competencies. Okay, we share this type of learning path with another institutions, one under the umbrella of Erasmus Plus, for example, or for example for different regional agreements or memorandum of understanding with different universities worldwide. Okay, is that in this moment, obviously, mainly 90%, 100% in virtually, but why not in the future we can, okay, have a possibility to take a coffee, okay, all together and talk in presence about this type of elements. But at the end, I agree with you, the preparation of our personnel, of our people is key for this type of project. It's not about a technical solution. Okay, we need to prepare that. Thank you.
Katta rahmat javobingiz uchun.
Katta rahmat. O'ylaymanki savollariga to'g'ri javob oldilar. Yana savollar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, marhamat, qadrli ishtirokchilar, bizda hali vaqtimiz bor. yana ikkita savolga javob olsak bo'ladi. Bemalol mikrofonlari yoqib savol berishlari mumkin. Xo'sh, boya bitta savol yangradi. Menda ham shu savolga qo'shimcha bor edi. Ya'ni hozirgi kunda mamlakatimizda juda ham ko'p yangi oliy ta'lim muassasalari, ayniqsa filiallar ochilyapti. Endi bu filiallar xuddi boya professorimiz aytganlaridek bir yangi loyiha. Mana shularni tashkil qilganda raqamlashtirishdagi jihatlar hamda uni bibliometricsdagi o'rnini shakllantirishda avvalgi qadamlari nimalardan iborat bo'lishi kerak agar professorimiz shu haqida tajriba bo'ladigan bo'lsa, ya'ni yangi tashkil etilgan oliy ta'lim muassasasi filiali yoki o'zi bo'ladigan bo'lsa, ular nimalarga ko'proq e'tibor berish kerak? Ya'ni raqamlashtirish qanday o'zgartirishlar olib kelishi mumkin bo'ladi? Ya'ni boshlang'ich holatda ko'p yangiliklarni kiritish osonroq bo'ladi. Shuning uchun shu haqida fikrlarni bilmoqchi edik, marhamat.
It's a quite question, my friend, this one. Okay, in order to summarize that, okay, I think, okay, and if it is not, okay, correct me, we talk about, okay, how to create a specific ecosystem to create this type of projects. Is okay for you? About the creation of this ecosystem to develop this type of projects. Okay. Under my point of view, when we create a specific ecosystem to develop this type of projects with the rest of the society, we need to show, okay, the power of leadership from our university to our environment. One, leadership by the example, and propose to be propositive to the society in a win-win situations. Okay, we need to understand that at the end we need to propose to the society win-win situations. If we do that, under my humble point of view, we have a nice purpose to develop, okay, quick wins. We need to create quick wins in order to break the inertias, okay, in order to start to move, okay. As Rolling Stone says in his song, is "Start me up," okay. Okay, you know, start me up. Those start me up. Okay. We need to break the initial inertia, and obviously we need the participation of our, okay, government institution, because it's a matter of our, okay, institutions and our government. It's not only for us, it's also for the society. For the society, I think is the key point. Win-win situations could come. Спасибо.
Katta rahmat. Haqiqatan ham bu juda ham keng savol, ko'p vaqt ajratsa bo'ladi, professor aytganlaridek. Xo'sh, mana bitta savol keldi, chatdan o'qib beraman. Universitetda raqamlashtirish uchun qanaqa dasturiy vositalar ishlatiladi? Ya'ni Barselona universitetida deyilgan.
Software. Okay, mainly I am going to write, okay, we are going to write on the chat, for example, the most common tools that we have. For example, maybe Collaborate as a platform. Zoom, Microsoft Tools, mailing, and the Miro and Mura, for example. This is the key elements that we use. And in my case, I use a lot WhatsApp. And because at the end, for me, I'm going to explain in my case why WhatsApp. For me, it's very, very important, okay, to have a quick connection with my pupils in project management mainly. When my pupils have a problem or have a question to solve, quickly they have my telephone and quickly send me, okay, a question, and quickly we arrange a meeting. Okay, the speed of response in my case is essential. Obviously, the email bring me the opportunity to keep in touch with my web-based pupils, but at the end, I need a quick response, a quick connection with them. This is the reason that they use WhatsApp. Please, professor, I need that. Please, professor, I have a problem. Quickly, we arrange a Zoom, for example. Thank you.
Katta rahmat. Demak, javoblarni mana Zoomda, chatda ham bir qator ishlatilayotgan platformalarni keltirib o'tdilar. Marhamat, yana kimda qanday savol bor? Agar kimdadir tajribalar bo'lgan bo'lsa, o'rtoqlashishlari ham mumkin, ya'ni ijobiy tajribalar boshqa ishtirokchilarga ham foydali bo'ladi. Lekin eng muhimi professorimizning vaqtlaridan unumli foydalanib, ularga savollar beradigan bo'lsak, menimcha maqsadga muvofiq bo'lardi. Xo'sh. Bizda baribir mana hammamizga ma'lum, oxirgi 10 yillik yoki 20 yillik oladigan bo'lsak ham, mana shu raqamlashtirish oliy ta'lim tizimida jadal rivojlanib kelyapti. Sizda qandaydir, ya'ni professordan iltimos qilardim, ularning prognozlari qanday? Masalan, bu jadal rivojlanish qanchagacha boradi, qaysi tarafga buriladi? Agar prognozlari bo'ladigan bo'lsa, shu haqida fikrlarni eshitsak yaxshi bo'lardi.
Okay, my point of view is that in the 21st century, digitalization will increase with quick and exponential speed. This is the first one. Second one, I bid for, under my point of view, not only at the university will be 100% digital and virtual. I think we in these two worlds, the presential and the virtual world, we need to balance, okay? But we need to identify and practice the best of the two worlds, okay? This is very, very important. In my case, in innovation project management and how to manage high performance teams, my idea is to balance the individual work in virtual is not a problem, and mainly the collaborative work in presence. This is my point of view. This is that I am working now. I hope I decide that at the end students, okay, have a nice and great experience in order to help them to be a better citizens in this 21st century, because at the end, okay, the speed of the digital digitalization of our society, okay, will increase, and we need to, as higher education institutions, be aligned with this, okay, trend that has not returned. Is that? Thank you.
Katta rahmat. Xo'sh. Men o'zimdagi savollarni berib bo'ldim. Agar yana savol bo'ladigan bo'lsa, ishtirokchilardan bitta savol qabul qilishimiz mumkin. Bo'lmasa, tadbirimizni shu yerda yakunlaymiz. Xo'sh. Men eslatib o'tmoqchi edim. Demak, kecha va bugun kunning birinchi yarmida bizda Barselona universiteti professori Pere Yuvarets biz bilan birga bo'ldilar va universitetda raqamlashtirish masalalari bo'yicha o'zlarini taqdimotlari bilan, tajribalari bilan o'rtoqlashdilar. Biz ularga Erasmus+ hamda Oliy va o'rta maxsus ta'lim vazirligi va barcha oliy ta'lim muassasalari ishtirokchilari nomidan tashakkur deymiz. O'ylaymizki, boya ishtirokchilardan birlari yozganlaridek o'zaro hamkorlik va loyihalar qilish imkoniyati yana ham kengayadi va kelajakda hamkorlikni davom ettiramiz va kelgusi ishlarida muvaffaqiyatlar tilaymiz. Agar ishtirokchilarda qandaydir fikr bo'ladigan bo'lsa, hali vaqtimiz bor, biz ochiqmiz. Va agar professorda ham so'z bo'ladigan bo'lsa, marhamat, ularni ham eshitamiz.
Yeah. Take a lot of coffee. No, at the end, yeah. Okay, please. So sorry. I really honored and pleased to be here with you. For me, was a nice experience and the opportunity to share my work preparing this type of work. Obviously, my point of view is an academic point of view, but with this component of practice, okay, that I try to share with you. And thank you so much. For me, it was a nice experience to participate in this TAM Erasmus+ project and know you, okay, and hope in the future to be in a presential environment. Why not? Thank you so much. Shukran. Spasiba.
Katta rahmat. Bizga ham juda maroqli bo'ldi. Siz bilan birgalikda mana shu tadbirni o'tkazish. Barcha ishtirokchilarga yana bir bor tashakkur bildiramiz, qimmatli vaqtlarini ayamasdan ishtirok etganlari uchun va albatta professorimizga alohida tashakkur. Erta tongdan uyqularini ayamasdan turib, demak bizni vaqtga moslashib mana shu taqdimotni o'tkazishda juda ham ko'p harakat qildilar. O'ylaymizki, barcha belgilangan rejadagi taqdimotlarimizni amalga oshirdik va o'zimizga kerak bo'lgan ma'lumotlarni oldik. Barchaga kun xayrli bo'lishini tilaymiz. Salomat bo'linglar. Rahmat e'tiboringlar uchun.
Katta rahmat.